Hello, everybody. Back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Thursday, the 18th, I believe it was. I think it's 18th. Today was a beautiful day outside, nice and cool overnight. Just slept, nice sleeping weather. Windows open, fan on. Felt pretty good there. Got up this morning, woke up super early. Really just, I don't know, didn't feel like getting out of bed right away, so I kind of laid around, did a little bit of not much. Some internet searching, some of that kind of stuff, watched a couple of videos. Ended up taking a bit of a nap, I guess I'd call it, because I hadn't technically got up, so I'm not really sure what if you actually call it just going back to sleep or taking a nap. But I got about a 45-minute nap in, about an hour and a half after I woke up. So I ended up getting out of bed a couple hours after I actually woke up. Got a few things done real quick, nothing real major. And decided I was going to kind of lounge around for the first half of the day. Had somebody coming over. I was supposed to be meeting at like noon today. They were dropping off some stuff and picking up some things from me. And I kind of just basically decided I wasn't going to really do anything of any substance until they'd came and gone. That came and went. And really hadn't done a thing at that point yet. Just watched some stuff on TV, which I rarely ever watch my TV. It was so weird actually. Turn it on, went on demand on my cable and that, and it just felt weird because most everything I use for entertainment is off Netflix or YouTube and podcast. Those are like the three ways I get my entertainment, and on demand was kind of interesting. Just again, not something I'm never watching regular cable with commercials and all that. It's just not gonna be my thing. Not gonna be what I'm gonna watch. So got done with that. Basically just had a few little things to get taken care of right here in the house. Headed out to basically mow the yards, and was doing my push mower, my real style push mower, and didn't feel that bad doing it. But then I went ahead with my run later on this afternoon, and my knee was really punishing me for push mowing the yard. It was not happy at all with me. My legs, my calf, my thighs were feeling much, much better, but my knee from that fall is really just, it was aggravated after that push mowing thing. So it was mad at me for that, and it definitely paid me back. I also went ahead and had the rider out, finished mowing the rest of the yard with the rider. Just, I realized I'm not showing off for anybody anymore, and the whole real style mower was cool, and I kind of looked at it as like a bit of a training thing. But right now, especially when my knees feeling, I have no need to train in that conditioning. So definitely said to heck with it, and the rider's so much easier. Plus, I'm kind of mowing my neighbor's bank behind me and part of his yard. It's enough slope at his age he don't feel safe and comfortable doing it. So I've been mowing it for quite some time now, and it was just be way too big a pain in the butt with that real style mower, and it was way easier with the rider. So he lets it grow pretty tall, which I guess I let it grow pretty tall because it's not my yard. But that hill, I usually mow it like every time on the main sections. There's a couple of really hard spots to get to that I went ahead and kind of worked around. He's got a couple of pear trees out there, and they are overwhelming with pears, and the limbs are hanging way down too far. And they've kind of pulled the trees over. Should have been trimmed back years ago and even this year, and he seems to never want to do that. The limbs break off every year. So I tried to mow underneath it best I could, but just got it done somewhat. I then decided to transplant a bunch of rose bushes. You can take some starts off them, use a potato, bury it in the ground, and so on and so forth. So I moved a whole bunch. I cut a bunch of those off and then transplanted a bunch of those all over my yard in different places. And I'm going to have to buy a longer garden hose to reach where it's at to water. Some of them are such a far ways away, I'm going to be probably needing another 100 foot of hose, probably at least 100, maybe 150 foot of hose to be able to reach them. I might just carry buckets up there and drain it that way, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing on those precisely yet, but we'll see what happens, because I think about trying to reel up 250, 300 foot of hose. Seems like such a giant pain in the butt too. So we'll see. Did go for my run today. Ended up only doing about 2.5 miles, I think it was, somewhere in that ballpark range. The knee was really just yelling at me. So pulled up. I really had no plan. I haven't really got a training program going yet. I need to probably sit down and break out one and figure that out. But I was just kind of chilling out after the weekend's marathon. Really not the big deal. I mean, for God's sake, I've been running every day again, like under 30-minute 5Ks. I've been running, 5-6 miles and stuff. It's just ridiculous the miles I'm putting in, and how quickly with the knee injury I've got and the sore as it is and my thighs and that. I could never imagine. I mean, literally last October I ran my first marathon of my life. It was like 10 days later, and I still was like, I was bitching when I was walking around, like it hurt to walk around and stuff. So this is a whole different level of my life. I also saw my heart rate, I think it was like 248, something like that, or 238 today. Super stupid high. No clue what's going to happen to that. I assume one of these days it's going to beat that hard and just blow up and kill me eventually. So that's how I guess I'm seeing myself going now. Nothing I can do about it. I went to the doctor. They couldn't figure out a problem. They told me there's really nothing I can do. So they told me to eat more salt and, stop drinking so much caffeine. The fact that I was drinking 4 to 6 liters of Mountain Dew a day, and I've cut that now down to like 24 ounces. So I think I've done a great job there, and I'm also eating a lot more salt. So it's still an issue, but who knows? It'll eventually catch up to me at one point or another. So I have heavily been looking for an RV also. I'm looking to pick myself up, maybe a little Class C, maybe a Class A if I find one cheap enough. Not really a big deal. It needs to be basically as best gas mileage I can get, I'll be happy with, but I'm not going to be able to get like a new Mercedes that's getting, in the high 20s, something like that. So I'm going to have to be dealing with something that gets, decent gas mileage. I'd like to shoot for something that like high teens would be amazing. I'm going to be probably looking at more like the low teens if I'm lucky. And it needs to be able to pull my trailer. That's a big thing. I'd like to be able to actually pull like my van on the trailer or, a truck on the trailer or something like that, but definitely needs to be able to pull like dirt bikes, kayaks, that kind of stuff, and go from there. So that right there would work. Also, the stock trailer full of stuff. Like if we're going to flea markets, it'd be super handy to have it for that purpose also. So looking for that pretty steadily right now. I'm not really finding anything I want right here. I started doing some searches in some of the bigger towns, Texas, Oklahoma, some of those places like that. See if I could find something on Craigslist and kind of make a road trip. And my thought behind it was jump in the van, throw the car trailer in the back of it empty, and take off, find an RV, hook the car trailer up to RV, load the van up, and then haul them both home together. So we'll see what happens there. In worst case scenario, I'll throw the RV on the trailer and pull that damn thing home. My van's a 1 ton, so it'll pull it both, either way. So who knows? We'll see what happens here. So wish me luck in that hunt, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.